need to see that boy again.
What are you gonna do? Pass another law?
Well, I wasn't going to, but since you decided to be Miss Sassafras over here, I think I just might, because I have that in my authoritative power. So sorry for the lateness of the review, but let's just jump right into it. So Footloose, yet another 80s remake. Now, I like the original movie. I'm not too much into 80s camp. I mean, there are a lot of 80s movies that I like, but the dance movies, maybe not my favorite thing, but I have very much respect for that movie. And I wasn't so sure. I mean, the trailers for this movie really didn't give me anything tangible to be excited for, or to think that it would be, you know, a success of a remake, but it actually was. It does things to improve upon and successfully modernize the original Footloose while not disgracing its memory of being a good movie in any way. But it does have a pretty large amount of flaws. I think a lot of it's due to the fact that the characters really aren't very likable. I couldn't really feel myself getting behind them, which is saying something because I felt that the themes of this movie are really great when they explain, you know, what dancing represents and this youth versus older generation kind of battle going on. It's a very archetypal theme, but they actually swung it very well, and I really felt that about this movie, that it really worked in that sense. It has a real spirit to it, and it's just a lot of fun in that. But it's just that these characters themselves are a lot of times illogical, just not very likable, which is a big problem. Especially Kenny Wormald, because it just feels like he's trying to do the cool rebel, you know, out-of-towner act really hard instead of it, you know, being natural. I get that that's the character, but it just seems too forced. A lot of the relationships just really didn't either seem fleshed out or genuine enough to work. I know there are a lot of problems with this script, and I think all the performances really aren't that bad, especially with Julianne Hough and Dennis Quaid and Andie McDowell. There are some problems with the script, but the direction of this movie is also another saving grace. As I said, it's directed with kind of a spirit, just this kind of fun, footloose spirit. It's just kind of this fun, freeform spirit. I know it seems almost pointless to say this, but there are some really good dance scenes, because I mean, they are very well choreographed, but there are a lot of dance movies out there where the dancing is just not interesting at all. And that's really, like, not why I like this movie. And I'm not really big into dance movies. Like, it's not the dancing that I'm really looking for. It's like, oh, that's cool, but it's like, there are always such great themes behind it that are what make great dancing movies, and I feel like this movie kind of gets there. It doesn't completely, you know, pull through on its potential there in that sense, but you know, it comes very close, and I gotta give it a lot of effort for trying, because remakes like this really tend to not work out very well a lot. So I'm very surprised that I like this movie to even some extent. Just did not expect that at all. So I will give this movie a lot of credit for blindsiding me in that way. There are a lot of cheeseball moments. It can be very campy at times. I don't know if they did that to, you know, reference the 80s feel, or those are just flaws of its own. But yes, you know, older generation, just stick to the original. It's still just as good. Younger generation, I feel like, is really gonna like this movie. It is modernized enough for them to like it. You know, cast that's easy on the eyes, and I think overall they'll have a lot of fun with this movie. And even I had some fun with it. So I will give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. Really, yet again, just not a great movie, not a very good movie, but it is surprisingly decent, which is not something that I use as a compliment all too often. Well, missy, look who looks like an idiot now. Ooh.